You're at home in bed and you hear your smoke detector start to go off. You're possibly in a house that's burning down. How do you handle this situation for the best chances of survival? And a lot of what we're going to be talking about on this could apply to almost any structure fire, whether this be your workplace, whether this be a place that you would like to go to hang out. If your fire alarm starts to go off where you're at, the similar concept is going to be there for this. So you don't really know for sure if your house is actually burning down, or if someone just burned some meat, or maybe smoke is just drifting in the air. But you don't want to take chances. If this was a real fire, you would have every second can change your chances of getting out. Your structure can start to collapse under the fire. On the inside of your room, it might be just fine. On the other side of that door, it could be a completely different story. Your visibility could go to nothing in just a matter of no time at all. So every second counts. The only things that I would consider grabbing at that moment are things that I would figure give me a better chance of getting out of that structure, out of it faster. Better chance of getting out or out of it more quickly. So something like a light that I might be able to use to see through the smoke, maybe. A lot of times smoke gets really thick when it's cooped up in a structure. So maybe your smoke fire extinguisher, that might be something to grab too. Things that you really need to have to get yourself on out of there. That's what type of gear I would consider getting. And at that point, I would consider that if I can't see it, there's a good chance it's engulfed. So look at all your exits, know where they are. Can you go through the window? It's probably better if you can go through the doors. But know that as soon as you open up your door, that fire could come right on in there. There's oxygen in your room, and if the fire's right outside that door, it's going to come to where the oxygen is. So opening up that door could just set your room on fire as well. That's why you want to feel your door. You want to use the back of your hand. It doesn't have as many nerves right there in it. And also, if there's an electrical short too, it's not going to cause you to grab whatever is, because everything could be burning. Your wiring could be burning and could be shorting out to other things. That could be part of what maybe started a fire, is an electrical short. But it can certainly cause one. And so there's a lot of hazards. There is risk of electrical changes. There's also the poisonous smoke and fumes. So if you get to the point where you've got too much smoke in the air and you need to get down, you get up into heavy smoke, you want to get down on all fours. Don't slither on your belly. The most toxic gases are the ones that are inches from the floor. You want to be on your hands and knees, so that way you're out of the main smoke overhead, but you're not in the super poisonous gases down below. But I would feel that door before you go out through that door. Feel it with the back of your hand. See if it feels really hot. Does it really feel like there's a fire burning on the other side of that door? In that case, you might consider going through the window and not opening that door. But if it doesn't feel super hot to the touch, then carefully I would consider opening that door at that point. And that's why I want to know my house. Study your house layout. Study your emergency evacuation plan. Know your way out, and make sure that before any type of thing like this happens, everyone knows where they're supposed to go. Whatever your rally point or rally points are. If you're in a structure that is not your own home, then study what the company's plan is, whoever's in charge of that is, and then once you're outside, once you do get out of that house, once you get out of that structure, link up with who you need to account for and work on getting emergency services summoned if that's your responsibility. If it's not necessarily your first in line responsibility, you might just make sure that somebody else was able to do that. But do check to see, make sure here that they get the engines rolling to it, the fire engines rolling to it, if that's the case. Now let's say here that this was not as extreme of a case. You feel that door, it's cool, you carefully open it, there's no smoke anywhere in sight, and you're carefully exiting the building. You still want to move pretty swiftly through and make sure that you at least secure your exit. Make sure that you have your exit to work with. Make sure that everyone is out. Some fire departments just find out from yours what their policies are, but some fire departments say they want to roll early if they think there's trouble, and they might appreciate a call. Just let them know the situation. Hey, I don't have flames all over the place, I just have my smoke detector going off and I don't know why. Some places are super busy here and they'd rather not. So find out from your local fire department what their thing is on that. And then I would definitely make sure, as I'm looking for wherever that source of whatever may have set off that smoke detector is, make sure that I have a quick and easy exit in the event that something does flare up. Because especially once you start opening doors, that changes the oxygen flow, and that can cause a fire that was just smoldering somewhere or not even really producing much smoke at all to really flaring up. Thank you for watching.